Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Merk Reacts. This is Merk, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be reacting to the Army 250th anniversary parade. What is happening here? All these things are happening. And picking it up just wherever it happens to be at. I want to react to this and see what's going on.
Fort Bragg today and onward to West Point's next generation of leaders. For 250 years, one force has stood ready, unshaken, unmatched, unbreakable. And today, the legacy rolls on. This is the United States Army's 250th Anniversary Parade.
Okay, looks like everybody's getting ready to walk in here. I'm gonna do some talking here. Look, my family is very rooted in the United States Army. I was in the Army. My dad was in the Army. His dad was in the Army. His dad was in the Army. I can go all the way back to Revolutionary War. So, I mean, nobody's going to tell me that this is about the president. I can tell already it's not about the president. It's about the Army. Okay? So, I don't know what this is going to do to my channel. I really don't care because this is just this is me. This is me right here. So, I am very glad that Trump's doing this, and I happen to like that guy right there. He's good, so he's good. He's got his issues, but I'm not too concerned. The fact of the matter is that he has been good for recruiting in the United States Army. Ever since he stepped up to the plate, he's knocking it out of the park. People are joining. I think they met their goals within 4 months for the whole year. So, how you gonna argue with that? Alright, yeah, here's the vice president too. That's cool. I like his family. He's got, I think his wife is Hindu or some other religion, but I think he's like Methodist or Baptist. I don't know what he is. I don't know. Lutheran? Who knows? I can't remember. But anyway, this is kind of exciting to me. This is happy. This is happy. Look at these guys. This is not about the president. I want to see the 101st. I want to see 82nd. I want to see 2nd Ranger Battalion. I want to see Special Forces. All artillery from Fort Sill, Oklahoma. All artillery and Special Forces and Ranger Battalions from Fort Lewis, Washington.
Ladies
That's
and
my
gentlemen,
peeps, man.
Please welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and First Lady Melania Trump.
Here comes the president. Controversial figure right now. Oh, we got a 21 gun salute too. Appropriate, especially right now, given this event. My artillery. I shot more than 105, but I was trained on 155 howitzers, and later on the light artillery. Did our assault. Never did airborne.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please rise for the singing of our national anthem?
3% Army flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, where the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets the bombs bursting in air,
Okay. It's not going to be live now, but that's okay. I'm just going to be a little bit behind. I've just got to pick on some people here, okay? It's just an annoyance of mine, okay? This is a salute. Right here. See this? Right there at the corner, tip of my finger. In between these two fingers. Right here. Perfectly flat, thumb is tucked away. Not this. And not this. With the thumb down, you can't see it because my camera's blurring it out. There it is. Old Prez got his thumb down. Secretary of Defense tilted down a bit much for my liking. Arm is straight out. Anyways, sorry to be so picky. The drill really got him in me, you know. It really did. So I'm very perfectionist about this stuff. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and play for them. See how far I can go for them. Oh, that's as far as I can.
Farmers, but they fought the most powerful army in the entire world to a standstill in Concord, Lexington, and Bunker Hill.
Then our Continental Congress chose George Washington as general of our Continental Army.
Yes, sir.
But it wasn't until 1 year later, on July 4th, 1776, that news arrived of the signing of our Declaration of Independence.
Knowing that
Now we
it
had
death.
a new army and a new nation.
Sign it.
Gunpowder, no shoes, bloody feet, few cannons, little training, and even less food.
Valley Forge started in December. They went into winter camp in December of 1777. Approximately 2,000 Americans died that winter of disease.
They lived through hell, but they never ever gave up. Not this army, not this first American army.
Finally, Washington and his army arrived here at Yorktown, where they had General Cornwallis and his powerful British army trapped in this city against the sea.
All of the preparation that Washington has learned through the course of those 6.5 years meets its full force here at Yorktown, and he employs it brilliantly.
Sailing from the Caribbean, the French Navy arrived and took on the British fleet.
Washington decided to make his move. Our men began digging to get closer and closer to the fort, finally getting within rifle and cannon range. Naturally, George Washington chose to set off our first cannon shot.
The British had two small forts in front of the main fort. They were called redoubts 9 and 10.
Then, on the moonless night of October 14th, the American and French forces attacked the
Moonless.
redoubts. The hand-to-hand
Total
combat
darkness.
with bayonets, knives, and fists was bloody, to say the least. But within an hour, we were victorious.
And as the sun came up the next day, Cornwallis looked out and realized he was in serious trouble.
Oh,
so he
crap.
prepared an all-out, desperate counterattack.
It didn't work, and the British were forced to surrender.
Okay, what we got here? Army band. Awesome.
Today, Pershing Zone is playing a melody entitled The Army Goes Rolling Along. This was actually written in 1908 by the then Lieutenant Edmund Louis Snitz Gruber, which was a descendant of Franz Gruber, who composed Silent Night. It was originally written to be the 5th Artillery Regimental song titled The Caissons Go Rolling Along, and in 1956 the lyrics were revised by Harold Arberg as the official song of the U.S. Army. Back in 1784, the unit was dubbed the Old Guard by Major General Winfield Scott during the victory parade in Mexico City after the Mexican War. It is the U.S. Army's official ceremonial unit and presidential escort, conducting year-round tactical training to ensure the highest standards and utmost discipline of its soldiers. The unit routinely represents the U.S. Army and our nation in official ceremonies, major sporting events, and their own, the U.S. Army's own Twilight Tattoo. The Old Guard also maintains 24-hour vigil of the tomb of the unknown soldier, while also conducting funeral services honoring our fallen heroes. They bring history to life, sharing the sound and spirit of the revolution through more than 500 performances each year.
They're part of the
home and around the world too. The Old Guard, Fife and Drum Corps, everybody.
It is right there.
Your United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights.
Really?
The finest parachuting team in the world.
Wow. Never did that. Well, especially that, but I never did parachute. Oh, there's Civil War, yep.
As they march by, a soldier's uniform signals their duty, their role, and their readiness. And by the late 1850s, official regulations outlined distinct looks, shaping the Army's identity and function across the force. Soldiers were issued 2 coats. One, a short sack coat for work and battle, with brass buttons and colored trim that marked their rank. Well, by war's end, that rugged sack coat became the soldier's uniform of choice. As the war escalated, volunteer enlistment surged. Congress authorized support for a force of up to 500,000 new troops, answering the call to preserve the Union.
Gather it up for
As they represented the Civil War era of our nation's history, is the 4th Infantry Division based out of Fort Carson, Colorado.
Fort Carson, yep. Maryland coming in. Oh, he's going behind the Hey, that's the Knights. Did they just fold that flag up? Was that one of them? Cavalry.
From Port Cavazos, Texas, home of legends, the 1st Cavalry Division rides with pride. Born.
This is good. I get to see. Oh, this is good. I'm so glad they're finally doing this. You know, that unit when they came back from Nam got spit on. This is good. Guys just doing what they were told.
Special thanks to our sponsor.
In many cases, didn't know any better. Some of them did. Some of them did. Some of them didn't do what they did things they shouldn't have done. A lot of them did, but a lot of them did not, and they didn't deserve that. What is happening? Washington Monument. Oh, look where the color changes on that monument. Marks the Civil War. They were using granite and they had to switch to sandstone because it was too expensive and they needed the material and money for the war effort. This is awesome. Look at all these kids here.
Class Drew Gans.
All right,
the
here
band
comes
is performing
World War
Over There,
I.
written in 1917 by Broadway composer and recipient of the Congressional Gold Medal, George M. Cohan.
Ugh. Oh,
representing the World War I era is the 82nd Airborne Division, based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. You'll notice the unit is wearing replica World War I uniforms, signifying the soldiers who served our nation during this time. Incidentally, the 42nd Infantry Division was deployed to heavy combat abroad and then deployed again in World War II, ultimately liberating the Dachau concentration camp. The 42nd responded to the terrorist attacks on 9/11. Later, with the war on terrorism, the rainbow stretched across the world again, deploying in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Not the same.
Thundering into view, the pride of Fort Sill, the U.S. Army Artillery Half Section. This is literally powered by horsepower and heritage. This elite ceremonial unit honors the legacy of the Army's horse-drawn artillery. With precision, discipline, and 6 majestic horses pulling a vintage 1918 caisson, the Half Section keeps tradition alive and rolling strong, representing the power, pride, and precision of America's field artillery. This is Fort Sill's finest, ladies and gentlemen. To decades, they've been sent across the world, extends as far as the Middle East, where they took part in Operation Desert Storm and participated extensively in the war on terrorism in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Screaming Eagles continue to lead the way as tomorrow's division in today's Army.
At least that's what it used to be.
The iconic Sherman tank is here, ladies and gentlemen. It was the cornerstone of the U.S. forces, showing its military might in World War II. It became one of the most influential tank designs of the 20th century. The
front one's flat.
The M4 tank was nicknamed the Sherman tank after Civil War General William Tecumseh Sherman. Actually, he was named by the British. With almost 50,000 produced during World War II, the Sherman tank was in active service until 1957. During this war, the United States deployed approximately 6.8 million military forces to the Korean Peninsula.
Korea, okay.
Slim design, as you can see here, helped it survive.
Oh, there's the choppers.
In hostile environments to protect soldiers below. And the icon of the era, the UH-1 Huey, the first turbine-powered helicopter in service with the U.S. military. There was nothing the Huey couldn't do. general support, air assault, cargo transport, medic evacuation, and ground attack missions.
Oh, I'm waiting
the
on
Cayos,
I'm waiting
Cobra,
on
and
old
Huey,
Chinook,
ladies and
'cause that's
gentlemen,
what we
three
jumped out of.
iconic Army
Jumped
symbols
out the
in
back,
the
jumped out
sky.
the middle. Fast roping, repelling, swing loading. Right, first cab again.
Ready
This
to
is
serve.
good.
It
This is
remains
good.
an
This is
enduring
all-
symbol of the 1st Cavalry Division's legacy and commitment to duty. The band performs Hit the Leather and Rock, a march composed by Captain Robert Meredith Wilson. This piece reflects the cavalry's transition from horses to mechanized
Absolutely.
warfare, capturing
Nice.
the speed, the resilience, and the tradition of the Arabian Desert. In mid-January 1991, the U.S.-led coalition began Operation Desert Storm, which kicked off with an intensive air campaign designed to knock out key
14 when
Iraqi
that started. I
infrastructure
remember watching
and
it on
weaken
TV
Iraqi
and listening
forces.
to half
The ground offensive
of everything that happened. My dad had a
1991, where military
Serious
forces
radio,
overwhelmingly destroyed enemy
like
tanks and
sideband, all
vehicles.
kinds of crazy illegal
After
stuff
only
he was
100
listening to.
hours of
He was
ground
hearing Skip
combat,
from
coalition
Iraq.
troops liberated Kuwait, and the Gulf
Kuwait.
War ended with Iraq's surrender.
It's crazy what I was hearing.
From Fort Riley, Kansas, this
Fort
is the
Riley.
1st Infantry Division, one of the Army's
First
most
infantry.
storied
There was that
divisions.
big red one.
Nicknamed the Big Red One because of the
Yes, sir,
distinctive
Big Red
red
One.
on their unit patch. As the oldest continuously serving division in the U.S. Army, the unit has participated in every major operation since World War I, living up to its motto, no mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great, duty first. The 1st Infantry Division was originally established as the 1st Expeditionary Division in 1917 and spearheaded the American Expeditionary Forces in France during World War I. In World War II, the Fighting First stormed Omaha Beach on D-Day and liberated Nazi concentration camps. The highly decorated unit has had 37 members of the Big Red One awarded the Medal of Honor. In Washington, D.C., the 1st Division Monument stands in President's Park, memorializing those who died while serving in the 1st Infantry Division. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the Big Red One, the 1st Infantry Division. Whether used in battery formation or as a standalone support weapon, the M119 delivered reliable, responsible fire when it mattered most. Still in service today, including on the front lines in Ukraine, it remains a trusted part of the Army's arsenal.
No, oh, there it is. That's a 155 right there. Let's get the brace up underneath that big, huge barrel. You'll see it. That's not it.
After the 9/11 terrorist attacks, Rangers were called upon to lead the
Oh,
way in
what is
the
that?
war on terrorism. As part of the U.S. Army Special Operations
Oh, yeah.
Command, the 75th Ranger Regiment, based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina,
Fort Bragg,
represents a
okay.
lethal,
There's your
agile,
Rangers.
and
Yep.
flexible
We're behind
force
them. There's the Green
capable of
Berets, baby.
conducting many complex joint special operations missions.
That's the baddest man on the planet.
Today's Rangers Regiment is the Army's premier direct action raid force.
I say
It
the
is
Ranger
always
tabs.
combat ready, mentally and physically tough, and
That
prepared
Special
to fight
Forces
our country's
tab on his
adversaries.
shoulder right there. That's Fort Lewis, Washington. I don't know where it's at now, but it was when I was there.
Command is an elite group of individuals trained to lead and succeed in protecting the country from their threats. Composed of 5 units with unique specialties, Special Operations works in small tactical teams, taking on the most
We were attached to
challenging and
these guys,
sensitive missions.
and anytime they went out and did any
Military
missions
legends,
or any
service
practices,
members,
you know,
alike,
training
they
missions,
take on
we had to go beat them.
terrorists
And I'm like,
guerrilla war style missions
I didn't do
in
that.
foreign countries.
hey,
Ladies and
no, we
gentlemen,
got
the US
guns. We
Army
actually have
Special
artillery
Forces.
pieces we have to take care of. We don't have to go beat them. We don't have to run 7 miles today. No, we do. Okay. Look at these guys. That kind of stuff they made us do made me want to go get tabs too. I was like, you know what? If I'm doing half the stuff anyway, I
The
might as well just
Special
do it all.
Brigade Combat
Get my
Team
tab.
combines the capacity for rapid
Oh, look at here. Oh, there's my Chinook.
The Army
There it was.
has
There's my
made me
baby.
see my potential, and I feel like it's molded me into
Oh,
a better person.
82nd Airborne.
I grew up in a very patriotic household. My grandfather, he served in World War II, and his brother, my uncle, served in Vietnam. I can do this. If they can do this, I can do this.
When I was born, my dad was still serving in the military, and him coming home in his uniform, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that.
My motivation, I think it follows in line. I think with what my family's done is kind of a sense of duty to serve our country and give back since it's given us so much.
I'm a very, let's say timid person, but definitely helped me become a more confident person.
Oh, what is he? E. Oh, that's
with
an
the
E
group
second
and my
one.
peers. It really shows how much working with the team
Working
can
the motor
strengthen you.
pool. Ah, there it is.
I derive a lot of purpose from serving others. I think serving something bigger than myself gets me out of bed every day. If you follow it up, you start saying.
Seeing them coming
I
at you.
definitely pushed myself further than I ever thought I could go.
Oh, it makes me miss it.
I joined the military service because I want to deploy. That's my main goal, is deploy, deploy, deploy.
If we get the call, we have to go somewhere, we'll do what needs to be done. That's just the way we operate here.
Get in that Chinook. There it is. Artillery. 5.5.
This is one of the few jobs in the nation where we all take an oath to say, I'm willing to put my life on the line for you, and they're willing to put their life on the line
It's a
for me.
2.8 field artillery, and one time we did
This is what we
flares.
train for. This is what I'm gonna do. My
We
team
shot
leaders
out
and squad leaders
2.8
know
in the
exactly
sky
what to
and
do.
floated
Check
down.
equipment, check weapons, check ammo.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
There you go. Faster open out the back. So
We're
many
always ready
times.
to
How many times I
deploy
did that?
within 18 hours and handle the mission at task.
Oh. There it is, there it is. Oh, good drones, good aircraft. We did direct fire of those things and I blew a tank apart.
We jump so frequently so that our jump masters and
Say
paratroopers
aye.
are ready to deploy.
Never did that, never did that.
I'm very passionate about being a jump master. The paratroopers, they see you and they believe in you. I love to instill that confidence with my passion into those paratroopers. It's a rush. It's great.
Drop and clear for personnel drop.
This week we honor 250 years of valor and glory and triumph by the greatest fighting force ever to walk the face of the earth, the United States Army. For 2.5 centuries, our soldiers have marched into the raging fires of battle and obliterated America's enemies.
I love the Army. It is a great place to set yourself up for success, to prepare yourself for the future.
God bless you, God bless our soldiers, and God bless the U.S. Army.
You know? Oh, check out this guy. Green Beret. Was that Master Sergeant? Don't mess with this guy. Special Forces? Yeah. I don't even know who he is, but don't mess with him. What's he say?
Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, Alaska is the home to America's Arctic Angels, who execute expeditionary
Oh, Lord,
operations
Arctic
worldwide,
Angels.
conduct multi-domain operations in the Indo-Pacific
Alaska.
theater and on order decisively defeat any adversary in extreme cold.
Oh, look at these guys. They're dog. With its handle for a head.
The
Or
Ghost
arm for a head.
Robot Dog is another innovation that can adapt seamlessly for various
Has to
missions
be
of
a
recon
EOD,
and bomb
right?
recognition. These dogs reduce
Explosive
risk and
ordnance
support soldiers completely
disposal.
on high-stakes missions. They have a standard walk speed of 2 miles per hour and are working towards 6.7 miles per hour sprint.
Actually, not that fast. I could probably walk that. It's almost one. Oh, I love that vehicle.
Based on the
Hey,
7th
is this,
Corps Army
this is
values.
drill sergeants? What is this?
Loyalty,
This is
duty,
trainers? This is
respect,
drill sergeants and
selfless
trainers.
service, honor,
In the back.
integrity,
I see 'em.
and
Drill sergeants in the
personal
back.
courage.
Yep. There you go. They have to be the loudest ones.
Institute on a mission to produce citizens,
okay.
men and women educated for civilian life, prepared to serve their country in the armed forces. VMI counts on Nobel Prize winner, 11 Rhodes Scholars, generals, 7 Medal of Honor recipients, and a Pulitzer Prize winner among its graduates. As one of the nation's senior military colleges, students at Virginia Military Institute can participate in Army ROTC or the Corps of Cadets. While cadets in the Corps can serve in any branch of the United States military or pursue other careers of the U.S. Army.
My country, what it gave to me.
And it wasn't until I zipped up the blouse and I put the belt on for the first time that I realized that I was going to be serving my country, and it felt right. West Point was the place that I needed to be. And more importantly, the Army was where I wanted to be.
I just looked to the left and right over basic training and realized that we all had the same American patch on our shoulders, that we're all fighting for the same thing. I mean, there was no better feeling in the world knowing that every single person around you is committed and willing to die for that mission.
That's right.
You came for excellence, you came for duty, you came to serve your country, and you came to show yourselves that you are among the smartest, toughest, strongest, most lethal warriors ever to walk on this planet.
What excites me the most about my future in the Army is the opportunity that I'm going to have to give back to the American soldiers that I'm going to be leading.
Because ultimately,
the day I signed up, the day I said the oath, I was dead
and to
already.
me, it's that burden of responsibility to be the best leader.
And as a young officer, that's
how else can you
exactly
look
what
at
I get to do.
I was the cadet basic training first detail for the first 3 weeks. I got to see the new cadets come in from their families' homes and being in process on their very first day. And watching them grow so quickly.
I would do all the formations, and I looked out at these 1,000 new cadets, people who just come out of high school.
Cadets,
they were completely different people.
I don't think there's an institution in the country like West Point where the student body is so committed to furthering the mission of America and ensuring our democracy and freedom for generations to come.
I'm really surrounded by the best of the best, and that's when I realized this is a place that I absolutely want to be.
West Point itself is an amazing institution, but it only provides opportunities. The people here have to choose to take those opportunities and grow and lead and serve. And the people here want to do that. And I'm proud to be a part of that. And I would tell any high schooler who is considering it, you won't regret it.
Very nice. Oh, look at these two. That was 2 of them right there. Oh, they sitting up behind the vice president.
Mr. President, First Sergeant Norton reporting for duty, sir. Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
Her first.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations. Congratulations.
That was
Welcome
different. This must
to
be
the
an
United
NCO.
States Army, and have a great life.
Great
Thank you very
enlistment.
much. Have a great life. Thank you.
Not exactly the same as.
Go down, stop complaining, and just get the job done.
Dude, I did that so much. That part is nothing. I do that upside down. I jump off that rock upside down. My dad taught us how to do that when I was like.
Please welcome country music sensation and proud supporter of our
I was rappelling out of
troops,
trees in my yard
Warren
'cause I didn't have
Siders.
anything to rappel out of. I had to have it. We would go caving, jump off of
It's Army. Each of you on the field today is among the most talented members of your generation. You could have done anything you wanted. You could have gone anywhere. You could have gone to any school. Matt's incredible heroism helped ensure that not a single American soldier died in the Battle of Shock Valley. For 2.5 centuries, our soldiers have marched into the raging fires of battle and obliterated America's enemies. The dignity, daring, and devotion of the American military is unrivaled anywhere in history and any place in the world. Our soldiers do not rest until they win. Our citizens know that you're standing guard, killing terrorists, crushing our enemies, and keeping America safe. But you're also keeping it strong and proud and mighty and free. This week we remember that we only have a country because we first had an army. As President of the United States, let me express my undying gratitude for every soldier here today, for every veteran and their incredible families, and for every patriot who has worn the uniform. Our debt to you is infinite and everlasting. With the grace of God, America will always prevail.
So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the 45th and 47th Commander-in-Chief of the United States Military, President Donald J. Trump.
Thank you. You know, politics, left, right, center, it doesn't really matter to me. I think overall, you have to have a respectable man in that office. I think he is. There's a lot of stuff he's done or said, not done, but said that are kind of questionable.
Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to Vice President Vance.
I don't have much problem with what he's done.
So if I turned off
What
Ada
he's
tomorrow,
actually done?
I would need to double my
Not
support
what
team.
he said that he's done.
Thank you to our wonderful First Lady. And above all, thank you to the greatest, fiercest, and bravest fighting force ever to stride the face of this earth, the United States Army. Thank you very much. Because the Army keeps us free, you make us strong, and tonight you have made all Americans very proud. They're watching from all over the world, actually. Made them all very proud. Every other country celebrates their victories. It's about time America did too. That's what we're doing tonight. And watching this magnificent display, our souls are filled with gratitude for every generation of warriors who have worn the uniform all the way back to the very beginning. So to every veteran across our land, and right here in our nation's capital, including 6 recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor, we love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble service to our flag and to our country. As we celebrate tonight, we also think of the hundreds of thousands of Army soldiers who have made the supreme sacrifice for our nation and selflessly laid down their lives in every war, from the Revolution to the War on Terror. To the Gold Star families with us today, the courage of your heroes is the bedrock on which our entire nation stands. We thank you. Yes, we thank you. Today we commemorate an event that did not just change American history, but changed the history of the entire world, with the creation of America's Army on June 14th, 1775, liberty got its shield and the freedom got its sword. Those first Army patriots in the American Revolution fought against a fearsome enemy and impossible odds, but they were armed with a righteous cause. They were led by an indomitable commander, a truly great man, General George Washington, and they were united by an eternal creed. Their motto was victory or death. Over the past 2.5 centuries, our warriors have shown unrivaled valor on fields of battle around the globe. With the frostbitten feet and bloody fist, they have marched into the flames and fury of combat, charged up mountains, stormed beaches, waded through torrents of gunfire, and leapt into skies thick with smoke and shrapnel. The U.S. Army has driven bayonets into the heart of sinister empires, crushed the ambitions of evil tyrants. Beneath the threads of American tanks, it's done so well, it's done so much, and sent the devil himself flying into full retreat.
Okay, don't push it.
Time and again, America's enemies have learned that if you threaten the American people, our soldiers are coming for you. Your defeat will be certain, your demise will be final, and your downfall will be total and complete.
If you let us.
Because our soldiers never give up, never surrender, and never ever quit. They fight, 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 and they win, win, win. And that's why no institution in history has entered more names into the roster of American heroes than the U.S. Army, the Congressional Medal of Honor, more than anyone or anything. There was Mad Anthony Wayne, asked by George Washington to lead a daring midnight raid up the cliffs of Stony Point with unloaded muskets and only their bayonets to fight the redcoats. Mad Anthony replied, "Issue the order, sir, and I will storm into hell for you." Then there was the Civil War general, John Corse, shot in the face in combat. He fired off a message to his commander: "I am short a cheekbone and one ear, but I am able to whip the hell out of all of them." He stayed on the front lines, it seemed forever.
That's exactly what he said.
In World War II, there was the great Creighton Abrams, besieged on all sides by the Nazis at the Battle of the Bulge. He boldly proclaimed, "They've got us surrounded again, the poor bastards." This is the fighting spirit and unyielding force of the U.S. Army. It has never changed, and it will never, ever change, because there is no earthly force more powerful than the brave heart of a U.S. infantryman or an Army Ranger, paratrooper, or Green Beret. They are the best, they are the finest. From Bunker Hill to San Juan Hill, from Gettysburg to Guadalcanal, from Yorktown to Shiloh, and from the trenches of the Argonne to the mountains of Afghanistan, the Army has forged a legacy of unmatched courage, untold sacrifice, and unequaled and undying glory. Our soldiers have poured out their blood by the bucketful on Missionary Ridge and Heartbreak Ridge, on the sands of Sicily, Normandy, and the Philippines. And on the dusty streets of Da Nang, Baghdad, and Fallujah. Thanks to their extraordinary service and devotion, 250 years later, America stands tall, America stands proud, and America stands free. We're the hottest country in the world right now. And our country will soon be greater and stronger than ever before. Down through history, we've been blessed beyond words by this valiant legion of Army warriors and patriots, heroes and legends. And tonight we affirm with unwavering certainty that in the years ahead and in every generation hence, whenever duty calls and whatever danger comes, the American soldier will be there. No matter the risk, no matter the obstacles, our warriors will charge into battle. They will plunge into the crucible of fire, and they will seize the crown of victory, because the United States of America will always have the grace of Almighty God and the iron will of the United States Army. Congratulations to everybody. We love our country. We've never done better. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the Army, and God bless America. And now I'd like to ask our great First Lady to join me at the podium. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, so that speech was really good, and I can't say anything about it besides it was good. It wasn't about him, it was about the Army. There wasn't a single thing in that speech about him. He didn't even squeeze in something of it. I've done good, or nothing. There was nothing. He didn't squeeze anything in. It was awesome. He just talked about the Army. So, fireworks. This has been good. Thank you. Celebration. And I truly feel it's about us. It's about the Army. It's not about any presidents or any vice presidents or any regimes or any kings. What foolishness. Who's telling these people these things? Why do they believe it? Just balls in my brain. If you're not aligned with him, just wait. That's what we had to do. I say we.
When I raised my right hand, I swore an oath to every...
Progress for the sake of progress is a waste of time. Now, some things that people did back in the day were actually better, and you should remember that. Some progress can be good, depending on where it's at and what it's doing. But how are we going to look back on AI? Who knows? Is it going to be progress, or is it going to be like Terminator crap? Listen, AI only knows what we teach it. Who's programming this robot? Is it the liberals or the conservatives? See, I did it right then, liberal conservative. Is it the right wing, the left wing? Who's programming this AI? We gotta be careful.
We've seen what division costs.
I serve because unity is worth the fight.
But this is good. This is good. I don't know why there's so many people protesting. I think half of it's just paid. I do. There's artillery's in there. Oh, they're waiting. They're gonna fire again. He's ready. He's got his hand out. I know all about it. Oh my God! This just reminded me of a story. We were in the field, of course, and I set up around our artillery pieces.
The recurring revenue
and
models.
every night it seems like the special forces would come in and attack our position, and we'd have to defend ourselves or die, which we died a lot. I think one night we died 3 times. We did not sleep that night. Part of the training. Anyway, so this one night we got hit a couple times, and it's like, hey guys, we were on the end of the line of artillery pieces, like we were gun 1. So we were on the end. And the sergeant looks over. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. And he goes, "This is enough." He says, "This is enough. If we hear him again, and since we're on the end, we got guard duty on this end. If we hear him this time, you just let me know quick. So he's like, okay, I don't know what sergeant, what chief's going to do, but we'll find out, I guess. So one of the guys is out there. It wasn't me. I was trying to sleep next to the side of the Humvee because that's what we did. Slept on the ground. One of the guys is like, hey, we got noise over here in the bushes. The sergeant gets up and grabs me and another guy and says, spin the gun. So we spun the gun around and pointed right down in the woods, right off to where the noise was coming from. Of course, we got blanks. And these blanks are about this long, and they have normal shell casings this long, and the shell itself is about that long. So you put that on the end of it, and Anyway, it's 105. So we got these blanks, right? Little brass blanks. They're full of powder and then wax. So he spins the gun down, cranks it all the way down, and shoots it. Blam! Right into the woods. Now, I don't know how many Special Forces guys had to go to the hospital for hearing issues and wax burns that day, but they didn't bother us anymore. To me, that was awesome and appropriate. 250 years. Birthday for the Army. Next year's going to be a 250 year anniversary of our country. Awesome. Why not celebrate that? I think it should be celebrated. It's good. And I think that the parade was tasteful. It wasn't overly done. We didn't roll out 500 tanks, in a line across a road, five deep or anything like that. We didn't march out entire regiments. We just sent a representation, of each unit to come out and represent, right? A little chunk to say, hey, remember us, we have a history. Great, awesome, loved it. I didn't see 25th Infantry Division. I don't know why, maybe I missed it. They should have been there. That's, that's my unit. Tropic Lightning. That's the one they made fun of in the movie a little bit, Tropic Thunder. That's okay too. That's my unit. I was in others, but that's my main unit. That's the one I loved. I love that one. Fort Lewis, Washington. Beautiful place. Me and some of the guys from the Special Forces, we would go up to Mount Rainier, and there was of course, glacial river coming off this mountain, and there was a train trestle went over top of the river, and we would go up on that train trestle and tie off, and we'd rappel off commando style, which is backwards or upside down or however you want to say it. Just you hook up backwards and then you pull it around this way to break, and we would just run and jump off the sucker, right? And then we'd stop as close as we could to the bottom without hitting the ice water. I've seen a few guys misjudge and go here right in the water, and it's awesome. And they come out like this, like they just met Jesus. It's great. There was a guy dropped his carabiner in one day, and he didn't want to go back in and get it. He was like, I'm not getting in there. And I said, well, can I have it if I go get it? Yes. Okay. So I got in it. I know how cold it was. It was very freaking cold. But I got my $50 rack carabiner repelling thing out of it, so that's awesome. One time, one of the Rangers was up there, and he was drunk, I guess, and he was bad. These choices we made were not the right ones, okay? So I guess he was drunk, and he was rappelling commando style, and he jumps off this thing, and brakes, right? Which means he puts on the brakes, and as he does, he comes in, and you're supposed to swing under this train trestle. Well, he hooked up right above a brace. So when he come down, bam, he ran right into that brace. And I don't think he broke anything, but he was hurting for a long time. I think he actually got tangled up in something on the brace and was like hanging there for a minute, like, oh my God, if I remember correctly. And then he came on down. But yeah. Oh, we went one time. I got into bull riding while I was there with those crazy asses. We went over to Idaho to some farm somewhere, and I rode a bull. I rode 3 bulls. Never got my 8 seconds in, but I rode 3 of them. That was enough. Last time that stupid bull bucked up underneath my my leg, and his backbone came up and hit what do you call it, hamstring, and it bunched up my hamstring on my left leg. Is it my left leg? I can't remember now. Let me feel of it. Yeah. It's my left leg. Bunched it up. I got a big knot underneath there. And after that, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. And then our medic in our company went, and he got rolled up against the wall all the way around by this bull. And I'm like, I'm out. We're done. Not doing it anymore. So, add that to the bucket list. Check. Rode the bull 3 times. Anyways, some stories out that way. We had some fun training. I never had to go overseas, thank goodness. Lots of people did. From my basic training unit, 90% of the guys went to Fort Drum and then went on to Kosovo, that mess that was going on in Kosovo and Herzegovina. Fort Drum. I saw them. I don't know if I'm edited out or not, but I guess that was about it. My grandpa worked in the Army. He might as well have been Air Force. He worked before the Air Force existed. He worked on the airplanes of the Army. Hey guys, look, this is what it is. Like, share, subscribe, hit the post notifications so you know when I drop something new, and keep sending requests. And if you hate me, you hate me. If you want to cancel me, go ahead and try it. It's just a way. It's just a YouTube page. If it gets shut down, it gets shut down. I'll just do something else, and I'll be heard that way. All right, for now, guys. Peace.